welcome to One More with Danny Coleman. I'm Danny Coleman. We're coming to you tonight from the home studios of Carousel Arts US right here on YouTube. One More with Danny Coleman, sponsored by Monmouth Music, 30 Monmouth Street in Red Bank, New Jersey, as well as Antoinette Boulangerie, 32 Monmouth Street in Red Bank, New Jersey, and by the Downtown All-Stars of Red Bank, whose latest charity compilation disc, Magic on the Navasink, has just hit the stores and the retailers and is available on their website. So if you're interested in either sponsoring this program, please email me at dcoleman.drice, D-R-I-C-E, dcoleman.drice @gmail.com, either sponsoring or submitting something you would like to see us cover here on One More with Danny Coleman. Please do so. Again, dcoleman.drice @gmail.com. Now, my guest tonight has made the trip from the Jersey Shore area, which is technically, Nash, this is still like the Jersey Shore area, huh? This is like a bedroom community of the Jersey Shore area. Wouldn't you say that?
Yes.
Just like we're all a bedroom community in New York City, right? My guest tonight is singer, songwriter, singer, rocker. You got a little bit of everything, right? Mr. Nick Clemons. Yeah, thank you, Nick. And you brought along with you, he'll be out in a little bit. You brought along
my good friend Joe Barker, guitar player.
Joe Barker on guitar.
Great member of the New York Clemons band. We appreciate having us.
Right. So Nick is here tonight to discuss multiple things with us this evening. We have to, yes, we'll get it out of the way, because the last time you were on my program, I heard you mentioning in the kitchen that you've slimmed down, and you have. You've slimmed down. You're slim and trim now.
Yeah, there's some. I guess I gotta let you know. I'm not sick or anything, and no bad habits.
I'm not
and,
sick.
Just a lot of I stopped going to a lot of the I guess the quote unquote chain stores, and stopped a lot of bread and started eating healthy. I grew up as a latchkey kid. Back in the day, I have two of this, two of that, and that thing was going to kill me. And I realized, when my father passed away 5 years ago, I wanted to make sure I'm going to be there for my kids. So I made the choice to do it, and lost about 190 pounds.
190 pounds?
Crazy, yeah.
Wow. 190.
I hit there, man. I was carrying like 390, and I was just, I could still dunk a basketball. I could still use some fit stuff, but still it wasn't, fit. You saw the writing on the wall.
Well, good for you. That's fantastic. Good for you. And the best thing, as you all just heard Nick say, when his father passed away, yes, this is the son of Clarence Clemons, Bruce Springsteen's longtime saxophone player, and your father. And actually, I think the first time you were on my program, he had just passed away. Yeah. Probably 6 months or so, maybe before that, if I remember correctly. Been a lot of changes in your life since then. You had you were still working on putting that out, or you had just put that out.
We just put out an album like in '91. That was our first album, and but we just did a first deal with a couple. My career's changed. Like my first deal I signed the morning was 9/11. So I've had some unfortunate things in the record business, but. This is an album that's come straight to the heart. It's called "We All Bleed the Same." It's an album that my son's starting to cover, and he's developed in the last few years. And it's a culmination of just a lot of hard work, and I'm hoping people are digging it, and people pick the album up. It's on iTunes,
Right. And do you have plans for another one anytime
yes,
soon?
We're going to be going on the road. We're going to be touring. Nick Clemons Band's going to be at a venue near you. It's going to be a good year this year.
Fantastic. Now, Nick is here because it's funny how one thing literally does. I heard the old blues song today on the radio, or on Pandora, actually. If it's not one thing, it's a second, or whatever that way. If it's one thing, it's there is another. So I can't remember what the lyric was, but and you're here because of a series of dominoes. You had sent me, or your people had sent me, an email about the auction of your father's memorabilia. And I had asked you to call my radio show and just talk about it so we can get the word out and help, promote the auction.
Yeah.
And due to whatever the technical difficulties or whatever happened.
Oh, it was my 8-year-old dumping my phone. I think that was the idea.
Okay.
He's got this thing that phones can actually go underwater, and every phone cannot go underwater. That commercials cost me a lot of money. So just.
So. Oof.
So that's what happened.
I get it then. You were going to call the radio show.
Yeah.
And then, because those are some serious technical difficulties, because that didn't come about, Barb had reached out to me, who was here. Barb, there she is back there. Now, Barb is your PR person, manager? What?
PR person, assistant manager. Barb is a really good friend, and she's helped direct us and get us focused and helps me keep focused. And
put you on a straight line there.
And she's our liaison with the community. We're trying to do a lot of charity work with the community this year, and for the next few years. And she's got a good pulse on what's going on, and she's a good friend.
Oh, fantastic. And you need. In this business, you need good friends.
Loyalty is everything, I think.
Because there's too many wolves in sheep's clothing.
Loyalty, honesty, and respect, man. Those are only 3 things that you can ever hope to get in life. My father used to tell me that, and if you can keep those things floating, something good will happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and you told me, as I recall, when you were on my radio program, you told me that there were times where you used to go out on the road with the E Street Band with your father, and that you learned a lot just from doing that.
Yeah.
But you also told me you were the one.
Well, there's a fine line between, as you're growing up and going on the road of, taking advantage of people and people are taking advantage of you. So, you learn as you're growing up, what's who you trust and who you're not trusting. And, I've learned my lessons over the years, and not just, to the East Street Band, but I've been on the road with a few bands and, tour myself. It's either you're going to make money or you're not going to make money. And it comes down to this business is a business. And I think Bruce expressed, he's one of those guys that realizes it's a business. And he's told a lot of people. I think he's formulated the business, the production company that they work with. I think Troy Hill, those guys are innovators in the business. They've been innovators, and you can see how the business has to be run. And some people say it's a tight ship, but in the end, you got to make sure people are taken care of. In the end, and he's got to, he seems to do that. And I think that's because in the end, you have to be responsible for what you're doing. And trying to learn those lessons.
It's a fine line, I think, that you walk today as an entertainer between. Giving away the store and getting that respect that you mentioned, as well as making it profitable for you as an artist so that you can make a living, especially if you're a musician. I mentioned the Freehold. It was for the Freehold Arts Council, right? The auction of your father's memorabilia. How did that come about?
Well, I had a lot of items that, I'm writing my father's a book about my father. It's encompassing a lot of things. John Laurelson's it's part of one of the writers. It's people helping me get this done, and it's a project that's actually helped me come to grips with a lot of stuff I'm dealing with as far as him, and you never really get to a parent's death. It kind of it's with you forever, but. Just going through those, I had a lot of objects in the house that were on the desk that would remind me of certain or be focal points of some issues, and or a good chapter or two. And after a while, I had so many items, I felt I could possibly tell a story from it, and these possibly get his It became a point where there were so many items, and I had to figure out what I was going to do with it. And I figured I'd help out the Freehold Art Gallery, the community, to get something done, and where we market some of the products and the items, and see if people want to pick them up. The fans can get clothing in my father. They can get masks and artwork that he had, because he loved picking up things everywhere he went around the world. And I have some items that we're going to actually make available. Probably about the next 15 days they'll be available. And we're going to have an email webpage where people can actually go get those items and pick them up and make bids on them if they want to. And we're still going to make a donation to the Art Gallery to help them out. And again, we're looking to do some things for the community and be there for the community. I mean, that's what people, you have to be there for your community. And that's what I want to give to my son, let him know that it's not about taking. You have to be a giver, I think, and part of your life. And
sense of community. Yeah, excellent.
It's I think an important part of what my father was about.
You mentioned also just now that you have some charitable things in the works besides that.
We've done a lot of work. We do the Big Man Show Bash every year, and we're going to do it again this year. And it's a point where the last few years we've helped out TOPAC. We've helped out other charities that have been helping against the scourge of drug abuse in our area. Our community's been affected by the heroin epidemic. It's people are dying every day. People are being exposed to it every day, and again, it's time to we have to. I'm glad Governor Christie's taking the initiative now. To make that part of his lasting legacy, and it's you call it what you want, but it's a start, and I'm glad to see it happen. And again, it's something that affects everyone in this community, whether you're rich or poor, and people have to know what's going on. And people have to be able to get treatment. They can't. They don't need to be have the stigma that goes with that treatment. There's got to be a way to make sure people know it affects everybody. It's everyone's involved in that world can be affected by it through an injury, a car accident, bad diagnosis, a doctor making a mistake and not looking after his patients. And either way, we have to solve the issues at hand.
I don't think people realize that. Usually when you hear, drug addiction, they're picturing somebody sneaking off to buy crack or heroin and, putting a needle in their arm. And they don't realize that you're right. You can, as something as simple as, orthoscopic surgery on your knee.
Yeah.
And they give you painkillers. Next thing you know, you're getting the refill. Then you're going out or look at the NFL players. How many of them are addicted to painkillers? So it comes in all shapes, forms. It does not discriminate.
Well, it's good. We've worked with companies like CFC, and we've worked with them and some great other organizations in our area, and we want to make sure that we do it again this year, and make sure that we keep our focus on that issue. It's very important to us.
Bringing it to the forefront. That's great. And you're going to do that through a series of...
We have a series of events that we're going to work in the name of the Big Man. We're going to do a Big Man charity, so we're eventually going to try and develop and try to do concert series, and also my father was very helping making youth centers his focus, and I think something that we can get together as far as keeping his memory alive, but also developing into one focal youth center, which I want to get in the area, Monmouth County area, sometime Neptune, Arisbury area. I think that's something I would like to focus on doing before everything's wrapped up. But
okay.
I think it's something that he would want, and we're going to try and give it a shot.
Now, usually, I don't get personal on any of the programs I host because I don't feel that's proper. But I'm going to kind of sort of break that rule a little bit with you. Do you remember where and what your thoughts were when you discovered that your father passed away, where you were?
I think it was a sunny.
That's pretty heavy stuff.
It was, yeah. It make you think. I know it was a hot day. It was a hot day that June. I know that, and again, this is pretty much one of the first pages of my book that I'm writing. I should have brought a chapter, so I would have read a chapter right now for you.
Okay.
But again, it was a point where I was really my son was just born. My father was just getting involved in his grandson's life, and we had gone through some choppy times. My old man and I were not just we were rivals. We were just, not in the sense of that, but just it was more like we attacked everything. When my father threw the ball out and we were fighting for it, I was up for it. Day one. My dad was he was tough love. He wasn't no joke. To be with Clarence Clemons, you got to know, you got to accept Clarence Clemons because his many faces, and it'd make you aware of what's important in life. Because I gotta be honest, I want to be there for my son, but this business, if you really, especially if you see on their level, you have to make sacrifices. And I took about 4 or 5 years off to go make sure my son's I had to raise my son. And it's the music business is not you want to be out there, you want to do things, but your family is the most important thing in your life. It has to be. That's all you're gonna have when it's said and done. And I learned those kind of lessons from this part of one of the chapters in the book. It's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I see how the rockers and they're celebrating. They're really with the third or fourth wife, but it's the first and second wife that made things happen. Made the sacrifices, took care of the kids, and made sure they don't hate you the rest of your life. So those are the things that I point out in the book. Things like about my father's life, how he tried to balance both things, and he did a damn good job. I'm not gonna lie, he cared, but it tries to, the book's gonna show how people are human. People make mistakes. There's not going to be any big, bold lies. No, I'm not the storyteller he is, but again, I got the facts. I got my old man's played with millions of people. He's been around. He was a racial breaker of the color barrier in Asbury. He was, he's a person who helped develop sounds and music. He helped keep it alive with the saxophone. He brought the saxophone alive in rock and roll. And there's people that actually in this world in the music, they actually killed the saxophone. It was amazing. There's like a hatred, I think, for the saxophone in rock. If you really think about it, it doesn't get the love, And I'm glad he was there, because if he wasn't, I don't think you'd ever hear it.
Yeah, well, he definitely, there's a chapter in, I want to say it was Gary Ween's book from Asbury Music, The Penguin Rocks. Gary, New Jersey Stage, my editor, he wrote about, I think it was him, that he wrote about the E Street Band and how your father met Springsteen. I think your father was at the Pony and Bruce was at Fastlane.
So Fastlane, something was...
And he just kind of came in the doorway and was like, you want to play sax for me? And then that was that. Because that was unique, especially at that time. In this country, the early '70s, where you saw that camaraderie on stage, and you really didn't see that due to a lot of racial tensions at the time and things, and it just shows you how we have come a long way. And that's always a good thing. With the sale of the art, some of that stuff. Now, you had sent out that email to some us
some close friends and
us press type people
fans.
And some friends, and with that email, I mean, there was some really neat. Some of those pictures were really, really sharp. That he used to keep at the various. How many homes?
My old man, he's pretty much stuck to San Francisco, Florida, and Jersey. Those are the 3 places he left his seeds and planted, and he loved all 3 areas. I mean, but he loved the water, and that's part of his life. It's part of our life, for the water, and I just moved back down to the shore myself, so I'm fishy, real shore guy now. Back, I'm going to be facing the hurricanes with everybody else now and the flood water. So I just want to get back to the area, and I love the water also, and it's we take it for granted. So I'm so worried about how people the effects now with the EPA being defunded. I'm not my only political. Here's my political rant. We have to save the EPA and all the defunding of it. It's really 3,000 guys, cops that go around to make sure that you have clean drinking water is something that we cannot take for granted. And I think everyone should really call your congressman tomorrow, write a letter, and you tell the president that you will not stand for the defunding of the EPA on that level. Something's got to be done. But that's my rant today, and there's my
that's
post.
Your political rant at the moment.
That's it.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Well, actually, we
I'm
have
a fan,
to
but I respect your view.
We have actually, let me pull my glasses out, Nash.
Yeah.
Now I have to tell everybody that Nash is not wearing. You're not wearing flannel tonight.
Too warm out.
He is the self-professed god of flannel, and he's also the glue that holds this program together. Right there, Nash. Yeah. Nash and Tom, these guys here.
Yeah.
The glue that
guys are great.
If you're just clicking on, tuning in, this is One More with Danny Coleman, and I'm going to talk right now about the Downtown All-Stars of Red Bank. They have a new charity disc, which was produced by themselves. It's called Magic on a Navasink. It features original works by artists such as Colossal Street Jam, Dawn Hopkins, DJ Pinelli, John Hathaway, Santa Ray, and many more, actually. Many more there, too. It was produced and is now currently on sale to benefit the Red Bank Elks Lodge number 233's Veteran Support Programs. So their first disc, actually, the Downtown All-Stars, Bright Lights on Broad Street, benefited Little Kids Rock, which provided free music instruction and instruments to underprivileged public school districts or underserved public school districts across the United States. It's available on their website and at select retailers. The Downtown All-Stars of Red Bank is a collective of local musicians and performing artists bound together to raise funds through Nash, I can't read tonight, Nash. I'm stuck here. But funds and awareness for charity and worthy causes using the immeasurable power of music. You can find them at redbankallstars.com or follow them on Facebook, facebook.com/redbankallstars. And once again, I want to thank Antoinette's Boulangerie for these fine... I didn't expect to have pastries tonight, Nash. What happened there?
Stepped up.
I'm telling you, Mike stepped up. See?
Stepped up today.
Mike's all right. Look at the size of them things.
Delicious.
So what's happening musically now? You got all this other neat stuff going on. What's happening musically?
We're writing a book and writing a screenplay right now, and
screenplay
yeah,
too.
we're doing that, and it's a lot of things happening right now. This is going to be the next few years. Going to be something that we've spent the last preparing for this time and preparing these projects, and they're going to be released. So we're really psyched with that, and we'll talk about that screenplay a little later. It's going to be something that's going to be a very special project, and but the music we're going to be working on the next album next month, and we'll be the same. I'm for people to pick it up. It's on iTunes. It's on Bandcamp everywhere. Apple Tunes. Google search, so please pick up the album. We love it. It's a great piece of work.
The album, which is called "We All Bleed the Same."
Mm-hmm.
So,
some great guys on the album: Scott Solomon on sax, Joe Barker on guitar. I got Muddy Shoes on bass on that one. Tim Douglas did some pieces works on that, and Eric Gonzalez on drums. Some special people have been worked with us and over the years have helped us out on it. And we're really happy with it. It's really proud of work.
That's great. As long as you're giving websites, what about the website for the Freehold Arts Council and the auction? What are we doing there?
We really want to go to Facebook. If people want to hit the sites, they can go to Facebook. They can hit me on Nick Clemons Band or .com or our website.
Okay.
But I'm on Facebook. They can hit us up, become a follower, and we'll send IM us, and we'll get back to you. And we're there, so to give us some love. SoundCloud, we love SoundCloud. We promote them through them, so hit us up, download the music.
Beautiful. Now, what's the you mentioned before, because I actually just had this discussion very recently with somebody else. You said family comes first.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree with that in any way, shape, or form. But I also know that when opportunity knocks, you can't always just say, who is it?
Yeah.
Come back later. How do you balance that kind of thing? Because I know people who have been given opportunity and they turned it down because, members of their band had to work the next day. They didn't want to do late gigs. Or, if it came around once, it'll come around again.
Yeah.
How do you know, how do you do it?
I think it's the time. I chose to do my son turned between 4 and 5. I said I got to be there. I don't want to have not be there for that call I got to be there to discipline him or be there when he does something wrong. And I want to make sure that he's going to be doing the right things and that he knows who Daddy is and knows that I'm there for him. For anything that comes up. I want to be there when he hits that. Deals with that first bully. I want to be there when he has that first issue, and I've been, the road is just there. The music will come. You'll have time to do that when he's older. I got maybe two more years left before I can get back on the road, but this is what I want to do now. We're going to be writing some music and putting it out there. And we're going to do a lot of casino gigs this year. And we're going to try and get to Europe, try and get to Jamaica, do some fun trips this year. And we will be traveling and be out there this year. So we're just, things have settled down. So it's time to focus on the music again.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, and that's great. You know, that's what you really want to do. And it's tough because, you know, sometimes you have to be all in or all out. You know, and
you got to be there, man. You know, I spent many times. You know, I discussed in the book. You know, my father was there, but you know, my father was half asleep, man. For like, I think, or the days, man, for like a lot of times, whatever. You know, especially you know, taking money out as well or something. But you know, it was you know. He worked hard, man. He worked hard, man. And you know, the times I remember the best was when he was having a surgery. My father had almost 130 surgeries. I mean, just it's crazy. You know?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, those guys are gladiators, man. I mean, they are gladiators. At least I know the E Street Band was and is. You know, and it takes its toll on the body. You know.
You know, what's kind of nice about the E Street Band is they've all stayed local. Mm-hmm. You know. For the right, I believe they all.
Most part.
Right, they're all still, and they come back to do events. I was at the 40th at Bar A in Belmar. I was at the 40th anniversary of Born to Run. They had that big party there, you know, and Max Weinberg was there. You know, so it's nice to stay rooted in your community, so to speak. You know, you're talking about your dad that way. Harry Chapin, Cats in the Cradle. Mm-hmm. If you ever really listen, for you people at home watching this, if you ever really listen to the lyrics in that tune, they're like spot on for so many people, you know. You know, a child arrived the other day, learned to walk while I was away, you know, as his father. Mm-hmm. And my father drove a truck when I was a kid. And he, you know, some nights I can remember with my sister, who's 5 years younger than me, on Christmas Eve, waiting for Daddy to get home, because I can't go to bed before Daddy gets home, you know. And Daddy was still out delivering until 8, 9 o'clock at night on a Christmas Eve. And there's so much, and I always swore that if I had children, I would be there. Mm-hmm. What do I wind up doing so that I could take care of my children? I start driving a truck.
Yeah.
And there were times, but with me, what I would do is invoke what we called rule number 2, when in doubt, call out. Because if I didn't call out sick and burn a whole sick day, I would miss a 7 o'clock event at their school. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm not going to do that. So being there is huge.
It's important.
And it's just, and it seems to me like you're finding the right balance of both.
I hope I am.
You know.
I hope I am. I'm doing my best. You know, it's just, you know, I've seen the balance that he had to make and the choices my old man had to make, and I love him. You know, I got nothing against him. You know, when the book does come out, you know, some people might have a wrong opinion about it. They might have different opinions, but the key is, it's all about showing how much, you know, there was love for him, and that he was more than just someone to make you happy. He made the whole world happy, but he made me happy. He showed me a lot of love, and this is my testament to him.
That's great. That's great, because, you know, that's why I asked you that question about, you know, when you found out, what went through your head. I mean, you know, when you find out your father or your mother, I mean, you know, that's, I can't remember. I know my mother said it to me more than once, but, you know, eventually we're all orphans.
Yeah.
You know, eventually we're all orphans, and you hope that they passed enough on to you to make sure that you pass it on down the road, you know. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a great thing that you're doing with the charities and auctioning the stuff off, and you know, not only drawing attention to your father's legacy, but, you know, creating new Nick Clemons band fans as you go along the on the path. I haven't been in the Asbury scene in a while. I've kind of stepped back from that a little bit because I've just been so busy.
Yeah.
And but what's going on down there? I mean, I noticed that, to me, it seems like it's in flux. Like when I first got involved with it, it was a lot of singer-songwriters.
Yeah.
Then it seemed to go more electric. You know, the big 5, 6, 7-piece bands were coming back.
Yeah.
And now it kind of seems like, ever since they put in that, Madison Marquette put in those, what the heck's the word I'm looking for? The licensing fees and all that stuff to have music. And a lot of the littler venues couldn't afford it, and they kind of went by the wayside.
Yeah.
Now it seems like it's kind of in flux down there.
Like I said, I'm not gonna really have a comment on it. You know, I just got back into seeing myself. You know, it's, you know, and we're just pretty much getting our rehearsals down because, you know, we're making attempts. We'll be doing the Grateful Dead. We're gonna be doing Pulling Out the Bruce. We're gonna be doing a lot of the cover stuff that I wanted to do.
Okay.
It's been a while. You know, I've always been a nurture. You know, just wanted to nurture the original scene and the original music for the longest time, and I stuck to my guns. But you know, we're doing a lot of showpiece stuff. So we're going to do a lot of the casinos, and we're gonna have a nice, fun show set, man. So people come out, see the Clemons band. We're gonna give you 3 hours of hard music, so you can come out and check us out.
You have a favorite venue to play?
I love. You know, my favorite venue was like the Roxy. Roxy was the best venue I ever had, man. Because we had a great crowd when we went out there. Just about like 10 years ago. That was my favorite venue. Getting into the Roxy was my favorite venue. Okay. House of Blues was fun.
Which one?
The old club. The one in LA is great. There's one down in Orlando is great. But I love the big stages. All those like kind of, you know, the Roseland kind of feel. You know what I mean? Right. Those kind of open things were just they're all going by the wayside now. But those are great. I mean, I remember the days seeing blues traveling with sweaty clubs, man, in New York. And those were times, man. There's a vibe that's still there. A lot of these guys are still playing, and you know, bands that give it like that, you got to go see them before those guys stop playing. You know, John Popper. I mean, there's many guys. I mean, there's so many people that are just. They give it. You got to see it, man. And those are one of the guys I love to watch. And there's just so many great musicians. You know, Maury, I like him, man. He gives it, man. These guys are giving us a lot. Yeah. Matt's doing good. And there's a lot of guys out there, man, that you can go check out and give them some love, man. And even the guys that don't even make it. You know, the guy in your area, man, that's playing every day, playing his 30, 40-hour set. Give him some love. You know, he's playing. You know. Yeah, it's a good time for music right now. I think it's coming back.
Did you ever find a battle? Well, not so much if you play in Asbury because it's a very welcoming original music scene, you know. But did you ever find it as you went out in different areas?
Well, you know,
there's a battle between covers and originals.
There's always if you really want to go make your craft, you're not going to eat if you're not selling records. I mean, if you're not packing them in, so you have to make a choice what you want to do. If you want to go, play the covers, there's nothing ashamed of it. You know, people make money doing it. If you want to go out and play the casinos, you make money. There's nothing wrong with it. The key is you got to do what's best for you. You know, this is an art. You know, and you can starve being an artist.
Struggling, starving
artist. It's not a prerogative to make money. It's not a prerogative. No one owes you anything. You know, and you do it for you. And if it satisfies your own creativity, so it's satisfying your soul, your hunger to get something done, is just to give out your souls. And you put it out there, you got to take the good and the bad with the critique. And some people maybe they shouldn't do this for a living. It's what you shouldn't do. You know, you're not going to make a living. But you know, it's you have to see what your audience says. If you have an audience, you do what you got to do. You know, your audience will tell you. If you have no audience, they'll tell you to, it's time to pack it up. You know, and
it's this is a true story. I went to court with my now ex-wife over an issue, and her attorney actually picked up a copy of the newspaper that I wrote for at the time. See, he admits to being a drummer. He admits to playing music. He must be earning extra income on that, and he's hiding it. You know, and the judge looked at him and said, "Are you a drummer, Mr. Cole?" I said, "Yes, I am." He says, "Do you play in a band?" I said, I play with several different people. I freelance. Mm-hmm. He says, "What kind of music?" I said, "Originals." He said, "Enough said."
Yeah.
he didn't even give it a second thought, because you know there's very little cash in original music. You're not going out to a casino and playing 3 hours of original tunes unless you're some well-established, artist who can get away with it. You're out there playing covers because people want to dance. People want to, that sort of thing. What do you think about pay to play?
I've never done it. If the dollars weren't there, it's just you work on right music. I can't see people. I don't get it. That's not something I would ever do. And I think it's something that it's nothing wrong with it. I'm not telling you. If you got a product and you think you're going to sell it and you got to push it, that's what you got to do. But. It's each his own, and everyone is their own package. Everyone has to develop their own package, and then you got to believe in that package and keep selling it. And if you're good enough, you'll be able to repackage that package. Okay?
I think you just hit the key. I think you just hit the key to success, actually.
Yeah.
You have to believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Colonel Sanders was turned down 99 times before somebody took a chance on his chicken recipe.
I think everyone ate that. Every piece was eaten.
Right. Well, I always use the example. Colonel Sanders. They keep calling me that because of this, by the way, Colonel Sanders. Oh, yeah, you're shaking your head.
I see it.
There's also, I always also use the story of a friend of mine who's been on my radio show before, Keith Minaccio. He tried like 150 times to submit music to for like licensing, and he finally got a nibble. And once he got that, the floodgates just opened, so he was able to, go that route. And he's had songs on like High School Reunion, The OC, Deadliest Catch, so on and so forth. But it's kind of funny, in 1981, I'm playing in bars. I'm making $50 a night to play from 9 to 1. In 2017, they're offering me the same $50 to play like from 8 to 11.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Was there no cost of living increase? Or the bar owners. My favorite is always like, well, you didn't bring that many people. I know we agreed upon X, but will you take Y?
And the beer went from $1.25 to $12.
Right. Yeah, because you made no money off the bar tonight, right? I was actually talking to a bartender about that the other night. The markup. The 300% markup on booze, but they're telling you they make no money. It just, I'm not a firm believer in this thing where I should be compensated because I practiced and I drove and I did this and I did that and it's years of blood, sweat, and tears. No, I chose to do that.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to come into your restaurant, bar, or club and play for you, my bass player said it the best to me one time. He said he went in to get us a job. And the owner looked and says, well, what kind of following do you have? What kind of customers do you have?
Uh-huh.
Why are we expected to bring everybody to make your business? Shouldn't it be like 50-50? So it's always a tough road and a tough haul. And of course, you've got the name recognition, so that helps.
Well, we do all right. And the key is I really haven't focused on doing it. Now we're ready to get back to work. But it's my kid was first. I had to I was dealing with that and. My key is right now, we're going to rehearsals the next couple of weeks. We're starting our set. It's going to be a great set. We're putting a lot of Bruce, a lot of Dead, a lot of, doing some Eagles. So we're going to have some fun. And it's not your same old Nick Clemons band. And then we're going to have some fun with stuff.
Revitalized.
New
and improved.
We're going to make some bucks
Who's
now.
in the band these days?
I got Eric Gonzalez on drums. I got Joe Barker on guitar.
Right. Who's here with us?
Yep, Joe will be performing with us tonight. And I got some great guys on violin. Caroline Garlick on violin. And, we've had my friend Anne-Marie's has helped us out. She's incredible. She helped us out the last couple of shows. And, Pacombo. And, we've got some great players that have been sitting in with the band. Timmy Douglas sits in on bass now and then. And he'll be playing with us at a few more gigs. And, the key is just making sure you're having fun. We're going to be with Joey Stan's going to come down and do some more horn for us. And We got guys coming in that have always played. We're gonna put our big band together again and do a great set for. We got the show April 23rd. I think 23rd, 25th. It's the Sandy Mac. It's the
Wonder
Harp and
Jam
Help.
there.
No,
Harp and Help.
That
Okay,
should
yeah.
be, our next show.
Yeah, I'm always in Myrtle Beach whenever that's
Going to be at Bar A, and I think it starts like 1 to 7. But it's on Facebook. Inquire and get your tickets. It's going to be a great event. I'm going, and the band, the Clemons band, will be there. I'm going to be rocking it out. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, I'm going to tell, just like these pastries, Nick, the pastries from Antoinette Boulangerie, which specializes in creating delicate and sophisticated works of art using only the highest quality ingredients. Located at 32 Monmouth Street in Red Bank, New Jersey, they're a fully operational bakery with all of the baking done on premises daily. In addition to the handmade variety of croissants and Danish, Antoinette's offers a dizzying array of traditional French pastries, macaroons, cookies, and savory treats. Find them at AntoinetteBoulangerie.com. That's BOULAN. Where is it? GERIE. Boulangerie. Boulangerie. What's that, Nash? What are you mumbling over there? You making fun of me saying boulangerie? Sometimes the crew gets out of control
Never
here.
make
You
fun
know?
of Colonel Sanders over there.
See?
It's a tough house.
I'm telling you, man. And that's
Beautiful house.
And they claim they like me. I don't get it.
I will have you know we are professional and hardworking and always serious.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah.
No,
As a rubber chicken, probably.
Gang, I want to say thank you very much. You guys, great crew, and thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Well, I'm appreciating you working with us. I mean, normally we do the show live from Monmouth Music every Monday night at 8 o'clock. We do the show from Monmouth Music. Mario, unfortunately, had a conflict, and we had to move it here to the secret location of Carousel Arts. Nobody can know where we are.
We're on a secret island somewhere.
I wish. I wish I could fly you all down to the secret island somewhere. But thank you for working with me and working it out. So what do we have? You just said April 23rd is Harp and Help.
Yeah.
What else do you have? Anything?
Right now, we're
anything
going to
close?
rehearsals because we have shows coming up down in Florida. So we're just getting our set together again. We're broadening our set. We're doing a lot of stuff that I've never presented out and brought the box yet, and we got a lot of
Where
great
are you playing
harmonies
in
going.
Florida?
We have to mention the dates. It's a casino that I cannot mention at this point in time.
Oh, okay.
But,
It's another undisclosed
yeah,
location.
because we fly down and hit them up, so it's the next 6 weeks we're going to rehearsal, so I'm looking forward to that. And April 23rd is our next show in Jersey. Please come out to the Bar A. I think it's 23rd, it's Sunday.
Yep. Bar A is in Belmar, actually, Belmar, New Jersey. You can't miss it. It's very easy to get. That's where the 40th anniversary of Born to Run was. When you were a kid, growing up, what was your favorite kind of music? What did your father listen to growing up, and did it influence you at all?
Well, my first album I got an album. It was the picture of Donna Summer was on the cover. And I had a Kiss album. And I had, Destroyer. I had Destroyer and Donna Summer were my two albums I had. And I was balancing out between it. And then I got Sugar Hill Gang right after that. So my world flipped right again. So it was just a key where, I was always exposed to stuff. Both my parents were music majors. And, I
didn't know. Your mom was too?
My mom was a classical pianist. And
nice.
she was surprised, she was just as good as my father, if not, she was a great player. But my father had, he had the ear. My father was quick. My father could fill a space in nanoseconds and gave it soul and vibrance and give it love, and make you cry, and make you curl your toes,
Right.
and then didn't tell you to go home, and that's what he would do, and he was a bad man. And, we're trying to see if we can do him some justice,
So, Kiss, Destroyer, Donna Summer, and the Sugar Hill Gang. Right there, Rapper's Delight, right?
Yeah,
Sugar Hill
Rapper's
Gang,
Delight.
which was really kind of like the first rap tune that was ever popular. And then Now, how does that influence what you write?
Well,
What are you
know,
listening to now?
Right now, I'm pretty much, I'm going back to writing an album, so I'm pretty much listening to a lot of Nick Clemons and, figuring out where we're going and where I'm going and stuff right now, and what melodies I'm trying to put down. And, I really write stuff with lyrics too, identifying, songs that I want to present and try and present a vehicle, something that you can ride in and listen to. And I think a song is more than just slapping you. It's got to tell a story. It's got to give you something. And I'm trying to get some deeper stuff that we're going to work on next month.
How do you
The covers
write?
are the work, and then the originals are the play. So that's how I look at it.
Okay. Well, I've often told the story on my radio program about a fellow named Joe Sarasano, who is the most unknown rock star you'll ever meet. He was like the lead singer of Black Sabbath for a day. He sings with Blue Oyster Cult sometimes. He was the voice of Miller Beer from '84 to like 1990. Joe. But yet you wouldn't know it if you very unassuming. Done so many voiceovers and commercials. But Joe really wanted to play his original music. So he was also in Silver Condor, the band Silver Condor. So he was up in New York City. And what he would do is he would get on stage because the club owners wanted to hear covers.
Yeah.
And Joe would play cover, but he wanted to play his own original. So what he would do is he'd get up on stage and he'd say, "Here's a new one by Bob Seger," and he'd play one of his originals. Who's going to know? He said eventually the club owners caught on.
I heard that one in the story.
But they didn't care because the register was ringing. So and that's how he got into it. I'm a big proponent of original music. I always in my area there are next to no venues that support original music at all. Everything is cover material. But again, if you could, put butts in the seats, they're not going to care what you're playing as long as people are spending money.
It's hard to put a 7-piece original band together.
Yeah.
I did it for a while, and we're about to do it again. We're going to dice up a lot of covers, though, with it. And you'll be able to check out the band, playing the covers, getting you dancing, and playing the songs that we want to hear. I didn't want to do, if I wanted to do Dark Side of the Moon, I want to go do it. If we want to go try and do something stupid, crazy, my guys want to do a lot of, we do it not say stupid, this is stupid or crazy, but something, if you're going to do some Steely Dan, you got to do it right, and we're looking to focus. My guys, they push me, and so now we're looking to focus on doing those songs the right way, having fun with them. And you'll see us how the short. You'll see us. We're going to be having a good time. The next few years are going to be fun.
I hope so. Again, if you're just clicking on, tuning in, what did we decide it was, Nash? Clicking on? Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Is that a new
Clicking
catchphrase
on?
or something? That's
Yeah, well, because this is on YouTube. It's
You
not
gotta
like
sell it.
you're turning a knob, right? And you're kind of
you guys copyright that.
clicking the
one.
mouse,
Trademark
right?
that one.
If you're just clicking in, this is One More with Danny Coleman. My guest tonight is Nick Clemons. And we're discussing everything from his auctioning of your father's memorabilia at the Freehold Arts Council to his music to his upcoming events that he has going on. Childhood, have we discussed? We've talked about just about everything
Yep.
here.
Yeah, I think we
So,
hit it
what is it that drives you, though? What is the fire still here?
Well, yeah, man. It's, I'm still hungry for it. I'm still want to get it. I want to write that great song. I think this album we all believe the same. Is a song that really put express how I feel about the music and where we're going and developing our sound. This is my best album yet. It's just why I want people to listen to it and get it. But it also expresses how this time today, times like now. I mean, we got to find love, man. We got to, I didn't vote for Mr. Trump, but at this point in time, I'm doing the best I can to support him. As far as he last, and but the key now is just we have to find some kind of balance where we still have to take care of the people that are needed. We still have to make sure that people have the ability to get education, the ability to develop better talents, better work skills. I mean, you can't do it. People sitting in jail. You can't do it if they're sitting there because they can't pay their child support. They can't do it if they can't get a job because they don't have the education to get it because they take care of their family or they take care of their mother. So these people have to be taken care of. They can't just be left and forgotten about. And that's the focus. I guess my second political rant there is, but everybody's stories. And the same thing. Some people just don't know, and they vote for people that don't have those concerns in their head and for them. And I think people they've learned. They'll learn their lesson after this election. They've learned their lesson. So.
Well, I was down in South Carolina a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was playing golf with a buddy of mine I haven't seen in 3 years since he moved down there. So since it was only two of us, they paired us up with a couple from Great Britain. Come over to the United States every year to play golf in South Carolina.
Well, see, that's one thing we never talked about. I love golf, so there you go.
There you go. Oh, have you been out much?
I was down in Tampa. I was in Tampa a couple of weeks ago and went down to a place in Brooksville. Very nice place. Thank you, guys. Brooksville Country Club. Awesome.
Nice.
Great place.
Yeah. The good thing about golf is you can't blame anybody. You can't blame anybody but yourself. It's not like somebody had a hand in your face or you were fouled or penalty or, the closest excuse you have is, well, boy, the wind knocked that one down.
Yeah.
But I was playing golf with them, and they were talking about the will of the people and the whole Brexit thing. About how for years the quote on what we call here the silent majority, the people who didn't vote because they didn't think it didn't matter, and so how they all came out for that vote because they were tired of politics as usual in Parliament. And then the words that he had for Parliament were not very nice, but he said it was the people who actually rose up and came together and said we need something different. And I think that's where we're at now in this country. How it plays out, who knows?
Yes.
But you can only evoke change if you're willing to take that step. If you're willing to go out of your comfort zone, that's where change begins.
And I've been through that, Lou, because I've always been the guy that talks too much. I say, well, why you haven't done this or that? Because I do have an opinion, and I don't sit back. I guess I'm a little volatile, but the key is, I'll tell you how I feel. I'll tell you what I think, and I do feel. I'm a real person, and I'm not just going to sit around just because I got to try and sell a record. You can't do that. I've just never been that way. Never will be. But the truth is where you find it, and if you keep your eyes open and don't put your head in the sand, which we all tend to do sometimes, and you can reach out and find people that are not like you, and you can find some commonality to learn from them. And that's what we have to start doing. People have to start bridging those gaps. Don't run away from people.
Or you agree to disagree and say, you know what, that's how you feel, that's how I feel. It's not my job to change your mind. You have to change your mind. Have a good day, and you walk away. There's no need to call names and
be civil.
And belittle somebody else or so on and so forth. The thought train just derailed, Nash. It just derailed. I was going somewhere with what you were just talking about.
Are you going to play some songs today, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, you are. You're going to play. I don't know how much time we have left, actually.
About 6 minutes.
About 6 minutes. You'll get up there and play a tune for us. It's kind of funny how people look at certain things, but the commonality amongst a lot of things is music. And I always use the example of, and as a matter of fact, I just did this last night, the example of two little kids in a sandbox, toddlers. They're playing, and invariably somebody's either going to throw sand in somebody's eyes or they're going to hit them in the head with a toy. They're going to cry or they're going to fight. 5 minutes later, you turn around and they're back to playing as if nothing ever happened. Music does that too. I mean, music transcends every religion, every race, every color, every creed, it just transcends. And even during like the tensest time in our country's history, like, we spoke earlier at the beginning of the program about race. White kids didn't stop listening to the Temptations. And black kids didn't stop listening to Elvis.
Yeah.
So music was the common bond there. And it's like, it just, if people could put more of that aside, I think you'd have half the discord gone that you have in a lot of ways. So, well, we have about 5 minutes left. And again, you have the auction and you have the gig coming up, Harp and Help.
And our CD will be the same. Let's pick it up. It's
Which
on
is available
iTunes.
where again?
iTunes, Google Music, Bandcamp. Hit our Nick Clemons Band Facebook, IM us. Again, they'll be available. NCB Productions is our production company, and
You have a merch table at shows?
merch table at shows. Come pick it up and send us an instant message. We'll send you a CD.
Okay. Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
Look at that. Website besides Facebook or not?
www.nickclemensband.com.
NickClemensBand.com. Do you, in this area, I know I asked you about favorite venues to play, but is there anything that stuck out of all your years in rock music, whether it was when you were a kid,
I play
or now? Anything that sticks out?
We play CBGB's. We had a show there right before they
Closed it
I think
up?
It took it was quite a few years, but we had a great house that night, and it was great. Back then you used to compete with a lot of New York bands. You used to play. You used to have, if you were doing a rock and roll set, well, guys, we're playing CB's. Let's pick it up, Court. You know what I mean? Let's go. And you're doing the same set, so it was fun. It was a great night that night, and that's one. I think that's my favorite venues because it's not here anymore. I got to play CB, so it's good to know.
And now it's a, what's it called? One of the battery electrics, or I can't remember. I saw Tedeschi trucks there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite guitar player?
My favorite guitar player is Joe Barker. That's my favorite guitar player.
Mine too.
Yeah, Joe Barker's my favorite. I love like Neil Young. I love Bob Weir. I love Chandler, Blues Traveler. I love a lot of guys, innovative guys. I love Nils. Nils is great. And
Do you ever talk to any of those guys?
yeah, I talk to him.
To Nils?
Yeah, I talk to him. Everyone's got their own life. They do their own thing. I got my own thing. I don't travel. I'm not a band follower. I'm not that. It's not my. I try to develop I got my life. I got my things I got to push. But I love the band. I love my cousin. I'm glad those guys are working out. I'm glad they're working it. But I'm pushing my brother right now. My brother Jarrett's playing music. I'm pushing.
Oh yeah, what's he doing?
He's a drummer. He plays guitar. But we're making sure he cultivates his stuff and works hard to develop his talent. And he's a young kid. He's only 18, 19, and we push my brother, make sure he's develops his chops the right way. And we're all working. My brother does Charles. Hello, Charles. He does it's a sampling music. There's a rap group out that was back in the day, and they were pretty successful. And Empire Sindo, that was their album. So you can still pick it up, I think. And we're all pretty much artists. My other brother Chris plays guitar, and but we're looking the whole day, build something together. My Chris, Jared, and I are going to be working on a project together. We're trying to put together a surprise project that we're going to develop and get to a lot of fans. I think they'll love it. So that's something we're working on. It'll be out probably by Christmas next year.
Oh, by Christmas next year or this year?
Next year.
2018.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Christmas of 2018. All right. How we doing on time, Nash? We ready?
1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. Don't see that. You have to talk to me for one more minute, Nick.
That's fine.
But thank you again for making the trip tonight. I
No
greatly
problem.
appreciate it. If you could do one thing over, what would it be?
That'll be in the book. I mean, I can't tell
Pick
you
up the
that one.
book. When's the book due out?
The book will be out. We're looking to have it released in about 6 months, which should be done.
Okay.
Again, all the pre-releases we'll be honored to let people know because we were trying to have it out by February last year. It took a while, but now we're finally gonna have it released. It's just I want this to be something that's gonna rip people. It's gonna grip you. It's gonna make you move. It's gonna make you feel good. It can make you love my father. It can make you hate him. But the thing about it, in the end, you're gonna know him, and know that he was just more than just a guy who made you hum. He was a man, and that I love him. So.
There you go. Nick Clemons, son of Clarence Clemons. Again, thank you so much for coming. We're going to let you play. We're going to let you get up now and get yourself situated so you can play a couple tunes. How many are they playing tonight, Matt? 2, 3, 25? How many are we doing here?
We'll
We
go
having
all
a concert?
night.
All right, we got
From
tickets.
8 until question
We got to
mark.
sell tickets. Joe, you all right with that, Joe Barker?
I'll do a couple there. So just get there. You just get there. I love playing, brother.
There we go. All right. Oh, here over here. Here's Tom. Tom, now you got my profile there, Tom. Probably got more chins than a Chinese phone book there. I don't know, but remember that joke? We're going to talk about Monmouth Music, where we usually broadcast from, but we are not doing so this evening. So we are here at the home of Carousel Arts, and Monmouth Music, though, is located at 30 Monmouth Street in Red Bank, and for more than 30 years, they've been servicing the musicians of the Monmouth County area and beyond. Monmouth Music has a well-trained staff. They offer lessons to students of all levels. They also offer high school band instruments for sale and rental. And they also have a guitar repair service on premises. Bob Pinto's Guitar Repair. Guitar Rescue? What is it, Nash? Guitar Rescue, Guitar Repair, what? Guitar Hospital, that's it. I knew I was close. See, without copy, I don't have that. Also, they have an in-house amplifier repair service by BP Electronics. Again, I cannot thank Mario DiBartolo enough for allowing us to invade his store every Monday night, Monmouth Music, but we will be back there next week, where next week, Matt, I think we have Renee Maskin. Right, Renee Maskin of Lowlight will be in studio with us next week at Monmouth Music. And are you fellas ready? Or are we still tuning? All right, still tuning. They're putting pressure on me, Tom. I got to talk. You've been quiet tonight back there, by the way. I'm going to turn this way so we can see. But again, Monmouth Music, 30 Monmouth Street in Red Bank, New Jersey. And I want to thank Antoinette Boulangerie for these fine, amazing pastries that they give us every week, along with the coffee. If you wish to sponsor this program, once again, dcoleman.drice@gmail.com, or if there's something that you think you would like to see us cover, please reach out to me, dcoleman.drice@gmail.com. And I think we're just about ready, right? We're just about ready? How tall are you anyway, Nick?
6'2".
6'2". 6'2". 6'2". I'm telling, and still growing. Right? All right. Right now, I'm going to give you Mr. Nick Clemons and Joe Barker.
Thank you. This song's called Easy Lady. It's on this CD called Just Survive. Please pick it up on iTunes. Easy lady, you know you're gonna get a piece of my mind. Cause it's the destiny of a lonely man doing the best that he can. And with a blink of an eye, you can hypnotize. Give me love, give me hope, make me realize that I have to take a stand, take you by the hand. Cause I need you. Cause I need. Cause I need. Cause I need. She's a lady with a smile you can make my day. And if it's your attitude that gets you by, I guess you'll do the best that you can. And with a blink of an eye, you can hypnotize. Give me love, give me hope, make me realize that I have to take a stand, take you by the hand. Cause I need you. Cause I need Cause I need Cause I'm Here we go. Dear friend. Dear friend, I really miss you. I can recall the last time we met. Do I need a reason to look you up? But I remember your face and when you found your way. Why didn't you let me know when your time to be? When you found your way. Why didn't you let me know when your time to be? Be there for your next sunrise, for every sunny day, and the memories that we'll make. So take my hand, it was lost of my heart, and we'll make a new start. And when you found your way, why didn't you let me know when your time to be? When you found your way, why aren't you letting me know when your time to be? When you found your way, why aren't you let me know when your time to be? And when you found your way, why aren't you let me know when your time to be? This song's called We All Bleed the Same, and it's off the title track of our CD, We All Bleed the Same. Thank you, Mr. Coleman. We appreciate your love.
all share a vision, something real we can see. We all pay a price if we ain't nothing wrong. If I'm brash, if I'm bold, racist flag, racist colors, let's beauty unfold. But we all bleed the same. See, our hero has no name. Give me your pull, your pity, your pain. See, we all bleed the truth within. Oh, I remember when I've been through this terrorizing wounded pride and these little white lies. Don't close the door. Oh, I've seen it all before. Opportunity keep on knocking, and you better let me in. But we all bleed the same. See, our hero has no name. Give me your pull, your pity, your pain. See, we all bleed the same. See, we all. See, we all. See, we all.
Nick Clemons, everybody. Thank you, Nick, so much for coming out. Great stuff, man. I love that. Love this album. Pick that up. The Nick Clemons Band. We all bleed the same. Here on One More with Danny Coleman. Again, Nick, thank you. Joe, thank you for making the trip. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight in the back there. Again, next week we'll be back at Monmouth Music with Renee Maskin of the band Lowlight. And she will be kicking off. She'll be the first artist that we will have a series of Bob Macon artists. He's celebrating the 30th anniversary, I believe, of his column, Making Waves, and we're going to try and help him out with a series of concerts. So, again, Nick, thank you so much. Joe, thank you.
Pleasure.
Until next Monday,
Friendly.
one more.